There's a war being fought right now that you can't see, hear, or touch. It's not fought with missiles or tanks. Nope. It's fought with stories, with algorithms, and with the messages right there on your phone. So let's dive into how these invisible battles are shaping our world and why one of the world's biggest rising powers is dangerously unprepared for it.
It all starts in the dead of night with just a single forward, a digital spark in the darkness. It looks urgent, it feels real, and it's designed to do one thing and one thing only: ignite.
The weapon here is a crudely edited video claiming to show something absolutely unthinkable. Now, it's a total fabrication, right? It's stitched together from old, completely unrelated footage. But in the heat of the moment, who has time for context? All that matters is that caption, and it's pure digital poison.
And the speed, it's just staggering. 11 million views. In just a few hours, before anyone can even begin to fact-check it, a lie has been blasted out by bots and automated networks, reaching an audience the size of a small country. And this, right here, is where the digital world crashes headfirst into the real one. By evening, protests erupt, clashes follow. And the result of a fake video created who knows where is real-world violence and the loss of life. No border was ever crossed, no missile was fired, and yet, a nation bled.
So welcome to the new battlefield. It's not some physical piece of land, it's cognitive. The goal isn't to capture a city anymore. It's to capture your perception, to control the story that's playing out inside your head.
This whole thing is called information warfare. And the really crucial thing to get here is that it's so much more sophisticated than just lying. It's about creating so much noise, so many competing stories, that you're just left exhausted, not knowing what to believe. The goal is literally to manufacture different realities for different groups of people.
And this is the endgame. The ultimate goal isn't to convince you of one specific lie. Not at all. It's to make you distrust everything. The media, institutions, maybe even your own judgment. Because when you're just adrift in a sea of confusion, you can't act, you freeze. And that paralysis, that is the strategic victory.
So how do these attacks actually work? I mean, it's not random. There's a playbook, a whole life cycle that turns a single lie into a weapon with real-world impact. Let's walk through it. It all starts with a seed. That's the initial fake story. Next, bot networks amplify it, making it look like it's going viral. Then, real people, influencers, maybe commentators, start to echo the message, giving it a human, credible face. That buzz is often enough for the mainstream media to pick it up, which legitimizes the fake story for millions. At that point, belief starts to lock in and it becomes almost impossible to correct. And finally, boom, the attacker gets their desired impact. Now, the source material we're drawing from uses this really powerful analogy to explain why this is so dangerous, and it's one of those things that really sticks with you.
See, this isn't a bomb that just levels your house in an instant. No, it's more like termites, just eating away at the very foundations of trust, of social cohesion, of our shared reality. It's this quiet, insidious process, and by the time you realize the damage is done, the entire structure is ready to collapse.
Okay, so we've established the threat. We get it. Now, let's see how this applies specifically to India. Because what we're talking about here is a nuclear-armed nation of 1.4 billion people with a critical, almost civilizational vulnerability. Just look at this table. It's pretty stark. You have the major global players, the US, China, Russia, all with elite or advanced capabilities. And then you have India, a rising economic and military power rated as weak. This isn't just a small gap, people. This is a massive strategic asymmetry. So what does that weakness actually look like in practice? Well, the source material compares it to this. On one side, you have the integrated cyber fortress of the US or China, which actively controls its information space. And on the other side, India's approach is described as an old colonial office, fragmented, bureaucratic, and completely dependent on foreign platforms just to communicate. So the huge question is why? I mean, how did a country with so much talent and potential fall so dangerously behind in this new domain? Well, the answer seems to lie in a series of deep structural failures. And these failures just cascade. As you can see, there's no central command to coordinate everything. There's no shared playbook for how to fight back, no rapid response teams. And that's all made worse by a lack of tech sovereignty, a weak talent pipeline, and almost zero global media presence. Each failure just makes the others worse, creating this state of systemic weakness. And at the heart of it all is this deep cultural miscalculation, this belief that simply being right is enough, that the truth will just magically prevail. But in the information age, truth without amplification is just silence. The loudest story wins, not always the truest one. Okay, so the diagnosis is pretty clear, but it's not hopeless. The source material also lays out a really detailed blueprint for how India can build the capabilities it needs to actually compete. So let's break down that roadmap. So the roadmap is a multi-phase process. First, in the short term, it's all about building the foundation, creating a central command and a rapid response team. Next, the focus shifts to building capability, developing its own tech platforms and a powerful international media presence. And finally, the long-term goal is dominance, projecting its own cultural power and building alliances to achieve real global influence. And this whole strategy has to be guided by a new set of principles. It means prioritizing speed over bureaucratic perfection. It means understanding that your long-term credibility is your most powerful weapon. And crucially, it means integrating both offense and defense, all while operating firmly within the bounds of democratic legitimacy, to prove a free society can win this new kind of war. So what are the ultimate stakes here? It's the very nature of power in the 21st century. The nations that mastered this new domain of narrative and information are the ones that will dominate. And those that don't, well, they won't. It's really that simple.
This invisible war isn't coming, it's already here. It's being fought every second of every day on that device in your hand. India has the talent, the history, and the civilizational depth to be an information superpower. The only question left is the one you see on the screen right now.